What's going on, gents? It's R.P.M. here, coming at you with another episode of Hockey Mask Time. Now, before I get started, let us bow our heads and recite the HMT motto, shall we? A man will only take so much disrespect, and it's only a matter of time before he finally decides today's the day. Gentlemen, Shocktober is about to close out. However, as you guys know, I always do a yearly banquet of blood. And this year will be no different. So, of course, to start the banquet out, we got a submission, or should I say a dish, by none other than our master chef, Neo the Outflanker. Now, this article was published on the 23rd of September. Terrifying moment. Man offlines his ex-girlfriend in a sword attack after terminating his wife in the same twisted way. This guy really did go for a 2-for-1 special on terminations that day. Now, let me just go ahead and say this right here. Woo! A city government worker was arrested in Brazil after he confessed to terminating his wife and former girlfriend in separate sword attacks. Gentlemen, this scenario is going to call for a very unique score. A Goiás civil police official said that Renan Santos, 23, had an argument with his wife, Luana Morelos, 28. Put a pin right there. At the studio apartment they shared in the town of Edícia on Thursday and stabbed her with a sword. After offlining his spouse of 1 year, Santos was seen in a surveillance camera pulling up on his bike at the store where his former girlfriend, Ana Ribeira, 22, worked and later attacked her. The footage, which was released by the police, showed Santos calmly walking into the shop with the sword and intercepting Ribeiro in front of a customer. The camera showed Ribeiro attempting to run away and then falling as Dos Santos leaned over her and began to stab her while a worker watched in horror. Wow, she really lived up to the trope of the woman in the slasher film running and falling. You can't make this up, gentlemen. You can't make it up. Ribeiro was rushed to Governor Octavio Lage de Seguria State Emergency Hospital in the town of Goiânia and was placed in a ventilator before expiring from her wounds Saturday. Renan, who was employed as an assistant with the Edícia City Hall, was seen on camera riding his bicycle away from the store and was arrested several hours later. He told civil police investigators that he offlined both women in an act of jealousy. Yeah, no. I don't think so. Jealousy? No. This was pure, unadulterated rage. And trust me, gentlemen, I will explain why. He stabbed his wife with a homemade knife. Civil Police Chief Daniel Mora told reporters. After offlining his wife, he went to the work of another woman, Ribeiro, who was allegedly the reason for the argument. He also stabbed her several times. Yeah, gentlemen. Oh, yeah. This is going to be a very interesting puzzle that I put together. Santos is facing 2 termination charges. I'm not going to give them the pleasure of saying what they want to say in this article, and is in pretrial detention. Now, this is where it gets interesting for the wife. Morales leaves behind 3 children, all from prior relationships. So, this guy was a step dummy. She had dreams of becoming a psychologist. Yeah, right. I don't think so. But was unable to finish her university studies because of financial hardships. Quote unquote. She was a hard worker and loved her children very much. Her cousin, Jazane Alves, said, as quoted by Brazilian news outlet G1. There was never a bad time for her. It was hard to see her sad. Well, if she really thought about and cared about her children, then what would have went down would have been she would have been able to calm herself. But nope, nope. These women only care about themselves and their emotion. Even their children be damned. Ribeiro was lauded by her customers for her excellent level of service. The service was impeccable, always attentive, one shopper wrote on social media. Excellent professional, a saleswoman who was always happy to help, another commented. Well. All right, gentlemen, let's go ahead and lay the groundwork for why these terminations took place. Now, let's go back to the ages. The guy was 23. The ex was 22. The wife was 28 and a single mother. Now, the husband and wife, Santos and Luana, for some odd reason, were arguing about the ex. Now, I will say this, for all intents and purposes, the ex had completely moved on in life. So, in this instance, I actually do feel bad for her because she was completely innocent. Why they were fighting over her, I don't know. But I think that there was jealousy in the wife, because if you look at her situation, I'm going to reiterate, she's a single mother of 3 at 28 years old. Her future is done. No man of value was going to take her on. But yet, she found herself a simp dummy. But guess what? He had a younger girlfriend that was his former girlfriend. Yeah, that little thing called jealousy. Ooh, that green little bug called envy. More than likely, she looked at her life and said, you know what? She's young. She hasn't made the mistakes that I made, so I envy her. So she's your ex-girlfriend. Now I'm going to take out my emotions on you because I see in her what I could have been. Yeah, right? No. So yeah, they're going back and forth. He's like, more than likely, like, Why are you even arguing with me over her? We're married. Now, it's possible that him and the ex could have parted ways under bad terms, which might be the reason why he decided to go ahead and chop off that loose end. That's just speculation, nothing more, nothing less. But ultimately, yeah, in my humble opinion, she became nothing more than collateral damage. What more can I say, gentlemen? What more can I really honestly say? Anyway, let's get to that scorecard, shall we? Now, like I said, this is going to be a unique scoring because it was two completely unrelated people. So, for the wife, location, went down at the house, gonna give that a 10. For the ex, location, went down at her place of employment, gotta give that a 5. So that's gonna be a combined score of 15. Method of execution. For the wife, obviously, the sword of slaying. Gonna give that a 40. For the ex-girlfriend, same thing. The sword of slaying, gonna give that a 42 for a combined score of 80. Psychological impact. For the wife, it doesn't mention that the kids were there, so it was more than likely just him and her. So I'm going to give that a 30. For the ex-girlfriend, on the other hand, he nailed her in public, in front of witnesses. So I got to jump that to a 60 for a combined score of 90. And for the brutality factor, he literally put both of them to the sword. The wife, gonna give that a 35. And for the ex, gonna give that a 35 as well, for a combined score of 70. So, Renan El Stabador Santos, for the wife, gets a score of 115. And for the ex, gets a score of 140 for a combined total score of 255. So that would make this guy 2024's Golden Mask Award winner. Yeah, this is absolutely insane. But I'm going to reiterate, who was the main culprit? Who set all of this off? That's right, the wife. Yeah, the wife set it off because of her jealousy of the ex, and she just couldn't let it go. Oh, she was such a good person, blah, 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 blah. Once again, gentlemen, you never know how people are behind closed marital doors. Obviously, this was something in the wife's mind that she couldn't let go. Yeah, like I said earlier, the ex-girlfriend, for all intents and purposes, she moved on in life, and she ended up becoming collateral damage because another woman just couldn't let it go. And it goes to show you, gentlemen, even if a woman gets an ideal situation, there's always something about it that's never enough. Oh well. Oh well. Well, I've rambled on long enough. Read the article. Let me know what you guys think. What do you think of the unique score? Put it in the comments section. And for all you wives and girlfriends out there, y'all really need to come to some sort of agreement or just leave each other alone. Because guess what? This woman decided, you know what? He ended up making another woman become the bane of a man's life. alongside of her. And guess what? In the end, he decided, yep, you know what? I'm going to take them both out. I'm going to get rid of both of them. So yeah, and for all of you women out there, no matter what country you're in, that think that no matter what you do, the system is going to be there to protect you, you really, and I do need to understand this. Far too many of you don't get it. The power you think you have in just running off at the mouth, arguing with men, and thinking that nothing's going to happen, that will go out. Feminism and the idea that a man is supposed to restrain himself at all times, no matter what you do, that's going to go out right along with it. Because guess what, ladies? Men of today have extremely short fuses. And guess what? You might end up being the spark that sets him off. And when he explodes, it's going to be a massive casualty. It is what it is. That's all I got to say for this one. R.P.M. I am out.
Woke up, murder on my mind, yeah. Losing all my hope, yeah. I'ma do the crime, yeah. Fuck the red or blue, I'ma take the black pill, yeah. Fuck the red or blue, I'ma take the black pill.